Hey everyone, let's talk about coffee. You know, that cup you might be holding right now. Its story is way more interesting than you probably realize. The journey from a little plant to your favorite morning ritual is pretty amazing. So let's dive into what's really in your cup. I mean, really think about it. The process is pretty much the same every morning, right? But the coffee itself can taste wildly different. So what's the secret? How can one brew be so smooth and sweet while another is super bold and intense? Well, the answer starts with the bean. And here's the crazy part. Almost all the coffee in the entire world comes from just four main types of beans. Four! That incredible range of flavors you see at your local coffee shop, it all starts from one of these four contenders. And here's a great piece of trivia for you. A coffee bean isn't actually a bean. Not at all. It's the seed from a fruit called a coffee cherry. So technically, your morning brew has more in common with fruit than you'd think. Now, of those four types, two of them are absolute giants that just dominate the market, and you've almost certainly heard their names, Arabica and Robusta. These two are the heavyweights, and their differences are pretty fascinating. Just take a look at this. Arabica beans make up roughly 60% of all coffee consumed worldwide. It's the undisputed champion, first cultivated thousands of years ago way up in the highlands of Ethiopia. So, what's the actual difference in the cup? Well, Arabica is that smooth, aromatic coffee with those sweet, delicate notes. Robusta, well, it's the powerhouse sibling. It's bold, strong, and has a deep, almost rubbery bitterness. It's really the difference between a symphony and a rock concert. And what's really cool is that the differences start right there with the plant itself. Arabica plants are smaller, more like large shrubs. Robusta plants, on the other hand, grow way taller, sometimes reaching up to 20 feet. You can often tell the bean just by looking at it. This is a great tip for any aspiring barista. See the difference? Arabica beans are a little more elongated, kind of oval-shaped. Robusta beans are noticeably rounder. It's a subtle but really clear giveaway. And this right here, this explains why Arabica costs more. It's kind of a fussy plant. It needs high altitudes, specific conditions, and it's prone to disease. Robusta, true to its name, is, well, robust. It's hardy, disease-resistant, and way easier to grow, which makes it a lot cheaper. And you can see this play out on the grocery store shelves. That superior, smoother flavor of Arabica is why gourmet brands love to boast about using 100% Arabica. Meanwhile, the affordability and strong bitter punch of Robusta make it the perfect bean for instant coffee and more budget-friendly blends. But the story doesn't stop with the big two. Oh no. There are a couple of wild cards in the coffee world. Beans that are much rarer, but offer some incredibly unique flavors. I found this part of the research so interesting. Let's meet Liberica and Excelsa. First up, we've got Liberica. This bean is famous for its really pungent floral smell and a flavor that is completely its own. It's smoky, nutty, and woody. It's one of those things where people either absolutely love its unconventional taste or they hate it. And it is truly a rare find. Liberica only accounts for about 2% of the world's coffee. It loves hot, humid climates, which is why it makes up over 95% of the coffee grown in Malaysia, but it's almost impossible to find here in North America. And then there's Excelsa. Now, Excelsa was recently reclassified as a variety of Liberica, but its flavor is really distinct. It has this fascinating ability to combine the tart, fruity notes you might get from a light roast with a deep, lingering flavor that you'd expect from a dark roast. It's a really complex coffee. All right, so we've met the four contenders. Now, let's put them all together in one simple guide so you can see how they stack up, side by side. This is the ultimate breakdown. This table really brings it all together. On one side, you have the flavor spectrum, from Arabica's smoothness to Robusta's intensity. But look at that caffeine column. This is a huge takeaway. Robusta packs a serious punch, with nearly double the caffeine of Arabica. So if you're looking for that extra jolt, now you know where to find it. So, with all this new knowledge, how do you actually choose the right bean for your morning cup? Let's make this practical. But first things first, we need to bust a huge coffee myth. You've probably heard it before. People who want a stronger kick ask for a dark roast, assuming it has more caffeine. But is that actually true? The answer is a surprising No. Roasting dramatically changes the flavor, bringing out those bold, intense notes. But the caffeine content? It stays pretty much the same. The takeaway here is simple. Choose your roast for its taste, not its kick. So here's a simple guide. If you care most about a smooth, rich flavor and you don't mind paying a little more, go for 100% Arabica. If you're on a budget and you want that extra caffeine kick, a Robusta or a Robusta Arabica blend is your best bet. And if you're feeling adventurous and want to try something really different, go on a quest to find some Liberica or Excelsa. And here is one final pro tip that applies to any bean you choose. Always try to grind your beans right before you brew. Yes, it's a little extra work, but the payoff you get in superior flavor and freshness is just so worth it. So there you have it, the 4 main players in the world of coffee. From the mainstream to the obscure, each one offers a totally different experience. So the only question left is, which one are you going to try next?